Hello students, now let us try to understand power relations in AC circuits. So far we have derived an expression for real power, okay, that is P, and it is product of RMS values of voltage, current and cosine of angle between voltage and current, that is Vrms into Irms into cos pi, okay, and units for real power are watts or kilowatts, okay. And let us see the second power, that is reactive power, okay, denoted with capital Q. It is product of RMS values of voltage, current and sine angle of voltage and current, that is Vrms into Irms into sine pi. The units for reactive power are VAR or kVAR, okay. And the apparent power, which is denoted with capital S, is product of just RMS voltage and RMS current, that is Vrms into Irms. Units are VA and kVA. And coming to our average power, that is nothing but real power. So for inductive and capacitive type loads, the average power P is 0, because the phase angle, that is for pure inductors, what is the phase difference between voltage and current? That is 90 degrees. This pi is 90 degrees for pure inductor and pure capacitor. Okay, so that is Pi into cos 90 will become 0, because cos 90 is 0, the whole term will become 0. So there will be no real power or active power in pure inductor or pure capacitor. Okay, this is to be remembered. So let me write here, for pure inductor and capacitor type loads, okay, for pure inductor or capacitor type loads, active power or real power is 0. P is 0. Okay, so we are done with types of power. Now let us try to understand these concepts. First one is power factor. So I have already mentioned what is the power factor is. So it is cosine of angle between voltage and current waveforms. Okay, so that is, if this is a voltage phasor, voltage waveform, if we have a current phasor like this, so let me change the pen so that you can understand. So if this is your current phasor, so here the starting positions of two waveforms is displaced by an angle, that is called phi. This is called phase angle between voltage and current waveforms. Okay, so the cosine of this pi phase angle is nothing but our power factor. Okay, so the more closer are the waveforms, the more will be the cos pi value, and the cos pi, that is power factor, high is desirable. Okay, in our electrical systems, the more power factor means the more power is transferring from source to load. So here power factor is nothing but cosine of angle between voltage and current waveforms, and range of that power factor, that is cos pi, is ranging from, it can be 0 to 1. So for cos 90, for 90 degrees it is 0, for 0 degrees it is 1. It is pi, it is cos pi, right? For 90 degrees the cos pi is 0, for 0 degrees it is 1, right? Now high power factor is desirable, okay, in electrical systems. Now let us see all the factors here at one place. Okay, here I have considered element and phase angle, real power, reactive power, apparent power, power factor and power factor behavior for each and every element. So for R, that is for resistor, what is the phase angle between voltage and current? This is phase angle between voltage and current. So that is current phase with respect to voltage. What is it? It is 0 for resistive load. What is the real power for resistive loads? That is V into I, because cos phi will be 1, cos 0 is 1. And what is reactive power? So there is no reactive power consumed by resistor. Okay, and apparent power is just voltage across resistor into current through the resistor, and power factor is 1. So this is the only element in electrical engineering that has unity power factor, okay, without any corrections. Okay, and what is the behavior of power factor? That is unity is 1, right? And let us see the type of element, that is inductor L. It has negative phase, that is voltage will be leading the current, or current will be lagging the voltage by 90 degrees, right? So here current, if current is here the voltage is here, the current will be 90 degrees lagging by voltage. And what is the real power? Real power is nothing but vi cos phi, where cos phi is cos 90 is 0, so real power will be 0 for pure inductor. So these two are pure elements. Okay, and reactive power will be vi into sin pi, because sin 90 is 1, that will be v into I. Okay, and apparent power is v into I, this will be constant for all the elements. And the power factor will be 0 because cos 90 is 0, the power factor will be 0. And the type of behavior of power factor is 0 power factor lag. Let us see pure capacitor behavior, and it has current leads the voltage by 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Okay, and real power is 0 because cos pi is 0. Reactive power is v into I because sin pi is 1, and apparent power is constant v into I, but power factor will be 0 because it is leading power factor, and it is 90, cos 90 is 0, and behavior is 0 power factor leading. Okay, and similarly let us see RL and RC loads. That means one resistor and one inductor are connected as loads to the circuit. Okay, so the phase angle between voltage and current will be in between 0 and 90, and for RL circuit it is lagging type, current lags the voltage, and for RC loads it is leading type. Okay, and real power will be v into I into cos phi. So most of our circuits loads will be in RL type, so this is common load type, RL type. That's why the power factor for our energy system is always lagging. We try to improve it to almost unity. Okay, so real power will be vi into cos pi, and reactive power will be vi into sin pi, where pi will vary from 0 to 90 degrees. Apparent power will be v into I, but power factor is ranging from 0 to 1, and the behavior of power factor is lagging only. And coming to the last element, that is RC type loads, the phase angle will be from 0 to 90, and real power is vi cos pi, reactive power is vi sin pi, apparent power is vi, and power factor will be anywhere between 0 to 1, and the behavior of the power factor is leading here. Okay, so these are the important things to be understood before going for problems. Okay, thank you. Now let us try to understand power triangle concept. So here we can represent the three powers we have. They are real power, reactive power, and apparent power, P, Q, and S, using a right angle triangle. Okay, so the power triangle will be different for two types of loads. We have RL type, that is inductive type load. Okay, RL load or inductive type load. Inductive load. For inductive load, let us see what is the behavior of power triangles. Right. Now, for inductive loads, what is the behavior of voltage and current? Here, current lags voltage by angle phi. Because it is RL, it will be between 0 to 90. For pure inductor, it is 90, but for RL, it is between 0 to 90. Okay, so that means if this is voltage, the current vector will be somewhere around here, lagging. So this current is lagging here. So now let us take the current phasor here. Okay, so that is, here we have current phasor. So if we draw the current phasors vectors here, so that will be, this will be your I sin pi, opposite angle, and this will be I cos pi, right? Now if I multiply b here, this is I initially, now I am going to multiply b to each and every element, that will be b here, and this will be b. So let me take another one, right? So let me take another triangle here. So here I am going to multiply here with v to each and every vector. Okay, initially it was I sin pi, and I cos pi. So I can be resolved into sin pi and cos pi. I hope you know this. So in this I vector can be resolved into sin pi and cos pi vectors. Okay, using an angle pi. Okay, because here if you apply sin pi here, sin of pi, that will be opposite side. If we consider this as x and this as y, this as z. Okay, sin pi will be x by y. Okay, x is equal to y sin pi. What is y here? Y is nothing but I into sin pi. So this is how I have written this. Okay, I hope you know this concept. Okay, here I vector is resolved into two components. They are I sin pi and I cos pi. Okay, now so I'm going to multiply v here, so that va cos pi and va sin pi. So what is v into I? That is nothing but our apparent power s. What is vi cos pi? That is nothing but our real power, that is p. And v into cos sin pi is our reactive power, is q. Okay, so I can replace these vectors with our power vectors, that is this is s here, and this is q here, and this is p here. Okay, having a phase angle of pi. Okay, so I can write it like, what is cos pi here? That is power factor, right? Power factor cos pi equal to, cos pi will be adjacent side, that is p, by hypotenuse, that is s. So I can say that cos pi power factor can also be calculated using our p by s, that is real power by apparent power, right? What is p by s? So power factor is equal to cos pi, which equal to angle between voltage and current, or it can also be written as p by s, which is real power by apparent power, right? Okay, if you have real power and apparent power, you can find out the power factor. So that is the idea. Okay, so this is power triangle for RL load. Now let us try to derive power triangle for RC loads. RC load, which is nothing but our capacitive type loads. Okay, so for capacitive loads, what is the behavior of current and voltage? Here for capacitive loads, current will leads voltage by some angle, phase angle. For RC it will be 5. For only pure C it is 90 degrees. Okay, so it will be leading now. So current will be leading the voltage now. This here, if it is current, if it is voltage, so current will lead the voltage by some angle phi. Now let us consider that current and phi angles here. So that will be, this is I, and I'm going to resolve this current into two vectors now with phase angle phi. So opposite to phase angle, that will be I sin pi. This is I sin pi, and adjacent to the phase angle is I cos pi. Okay, so similarly we can find the, this is I, right? We can find the triangle for power triangle for RC loads also. Okay, so this is the one. So this will be V into I, this will be Vi cos pi, and this is Vi sin pi, which is nothing but our power triangle, that is P here, the base will be power P, real power, and height will be reactive power, and hypotenuse will be our apparent power. So here the power factor will be same, that is P by S, that is real power by apparent power. Okay, so this is about power triangle. Okay, so you can find any of the powers using one power value, that is P or Q or S, and phase angle. If you have these two values, if you have power, real power and phase angle, you can find Q or S. If you have reactive power and phase angle, you can find real power and apparent power. If you have apparent power and phase angle, you can find real power and reactive power. So I can write that P is nothing but real power is equal to Vi cos pi, where V and I are effective values, they are RMS values. So here P equal to V into I can be replaced with our apparent power S into cos pi. Okay, so from the triangle also I can write P equal to S into cos pi. P is real power, S is apparent power, cos phi is power factor, units are watts. Okay, so now let us take few problems so that you can understand clearly. Okay, so here let us do some problems here. So first one consists of a problem to find three types of powers. Okay, in an AC circuit, voltage is 100 sin omega t plus 30 degrees volts and current is 5 sin omega t minus 30 degrees. Then find real power, reactive power and apparent power. Okay, so let us try to understand this. So we need to find a real power P and reactive power Q and apparent power S. So what are the things we need? Let us write down the given data. What is the given data? First we need to write down the given data. So what is the given data? He has given instantaneous voltage, that is 100 sin omega t plus 30 degrees volts, and instantaneous current, that is 100 sin, sorry, it is 5 sin omega t minus 30 degrees. Okay, this is in amperes. Now we can get peak powers, peak values of Vm. So by that is 100 volts here, and peak value of current, that is Im, which is 5 amperes. And we can get phase difference between voltage and current. So let us try to find it. So if this is zero reference phasor, so here voltage is plus 30 degrees, omega t plus 30 degrees means it is leading the reference zero phase by 30 degrees angle. This is voltage here. And coming to current, it is lagging the reference phase because it is having negative phase angle. This is current and it is lagging by 30 degrees. Now we need to know the angle between voltage and current. So what is the angle, total angle between voltage and current phasor? That is 30 plus 30. This is total angle. 30 plus 30, that is nothing but 60 degrees. 60 degrees. So this is nothing but our pi. Okay. So here the phase difference or phase angle between voltage and current, that is given by pi equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so we have Vm, Im and pi. Now we need to find the powers. First we need to find real power, that is P. Okay, what is P here? What is the expression for P? That is Vrms into Irms into cos pi. But we have peak powers here. Remember this. This is very important. You are not supposed to substitute these values directly into the expression. Okay, you need to find Vrms and Irms to find powers. Okay, so let us find Vrms and Irms. Okay, so how can you find Vrms and Irms? Vrms equal to Vm by root 2. Similarly, Irms equal to Im by root 2. So by substituting these values, you can get Vrms and Irms. Vm is 100 by root 2 will be 70.7 volts, and Im is 5 by root 2 will be around 3 point something, that is 3.535 amperes. So let us substitute them in our expression for real power, that is P equal to Vrms is 70.7 and Irms is 3.535 and cos of angle, that is 60 degrees. So what is the power here? That is around 125 watts. Okay, so you can find the real power and reactive power by using RMS values. Okay, not peak values. That is 125 watts is the real power. Okay, with these waveforms, this voltage and current waveforms, the power, real power is 125 watts. Okay, now let us find the reactive power. Now reactive power, that is Q. Okay, which is Q equal to Vrms into Irms into sin pi. Okay, so what is Vrms? That is 70.7 into Irms is 3.535 and into sine of angle between voltage and current, that is 60 degrees. Okay, so by substituting these values, you are going to get the reactive power, which is given by 250. What is the value? That is 216.5. What is the units for reactive power? That is VAR. Okay, so the reactive power for these waveforms is 216.5. Okay, now let us find the last power, that is apparent power. So apparent power is S, which is given by Vrms into IRMS. So Vrms is 70.7 into IRMS is 3.535. So if you multiply these two, you are going to get the apparent power, which is 250 watts. 250 VA, not watts. The units for apparent power are voltage into current, right? 250 VA, volt amperes. So this is how you are going to find voltage and current. This is how you are going to find powers in the circuits using your formulas. Okay. And here one important concept is actually real power. So the sum of real power and reactive power. Okay, sum of real power and reactive power is called apparent power. Okay, so this is real power. If this is reactive power, the whole value, the sum of real power and reactive power is called apparent power actually. So there is apparent power S bar equal to, this is vectorial sum, not arithmetic sum. Okay, S bar equal to P bar plus Q bar. So this can be obtained from our power triangle also, which is PQS. So if you apply Pythagoras rule here, that will be S square equal to P square plus Q square. That is S equal to P square plus Q square on the root. So this is apparent power. So this vector representation will also indicate S square equal to P square plus Q square. Okay, so these are vector sums. So vector sum of real power and reactive power will give us apparent power. So this is one important equation to be remembered. Okay, now let us proceed to another problem. So let us proceed for second problem, that is the current in an AC circuit lags voltage by 30 degrees, and if the input power is 400 watts, supply voltage is 100 sin 3140 plus 10 degrees volts, then we need to find current. So what is the question actually? So let us try to understand the question. So let us write down the given data. Okay, that is, he has mentioned that current is lagging voltage, current lagging voltage, current is lagging voltage by 30 degrees. Okay, so this was one point. Now he has given the real power 400. So based on the units, we can finalize that the types of power. So if it is watts, it is real power. If it is VAR, it is reactive power. If it is VA, that is apparent power. Okay, and the third point given is voltage value, that is 100 sine 3140 plus 10 degrees. Then he asked us to find the current, which is nothing but, so if they didn't mention peak or maximum value, by default it is RMS current. So we need to find RMS current. If we didn't mention anything, it is by default it is RMS current. And the question also mentions RMS current only. Okay, it won't mention peak value. If he mentions peak or maximum value, that will be peak value. So by default it is RMS value only. Okay, so these are the things we have, and we need to find IRMS. So how can we find the RMS current? Okay, so this is one important thing. So we have power, we have given a power 400 watts, and the expression power is Vrms into IRMS into cos of angle between voltage and current. So we have power given in the question, that is 400 watts, and we have voltage RMS value. We can obtain a RMS value of voltage, and we can get the phase angle between voltage and current. Okay, so let me take the phase of a current, because he has given a phase difference, that is 30 degrees, right? So that is I will be Im sine, it will be having same frequency 3140 plus it is lagging the current by 30 degrees, right? So that means it will be minus 30 degrees. Okay, so this is one current phasor that I can write using given data. So here if we draw the phasors here, this is reference phasor and voltage is leading by 10 degrees, right? Voltage, this is 100 and it is leading the reference phasor by 10 degrees. So this is 10 degrees, right? So this is voltage and it is leading by 10 degrees. But when it comes to current, it is lagging the voltage by 30 degrees, means it will lag the zero reference by 20 degrees because total angle between voltage and current is 30 degrees. So this will be 20 degrees and this total angle will be 30 degrees. Okay. So we can find the IRMS using this data. Okay. So let us proceed here. So peak, the power is given as 400 watts equal to VRMS equal to Vm by root 2, right? Vm from this expression V equal to Vm equal to 100 volts. So that is 100 by root 2 will be VRMS and IRMS is to be found and the cos of angle between voltage and current is 30 degrees. Okay, so if you rearrange this expression, that will be IRMS equal to 400 into root 2 by 100 into divided by cos 30. So if you simplify this, the current will become of like 6.53 amperes. RMS current in the circuit is 6.53 amperes. So this is how you are going to find the currents and voltage based on the given data. Okay, so this is how the power and current relations for AC circuits, and I'm going to give you a few questions as assignment so that it will be clear to you. Okay, thank you.